Hey guys, my name is Tom, and this is some Kill Confirmed on Octane. This is Call of Duty Ghosts, and I played a little bit last night and all this morning, and it's, even from the launch, it's just been a weird ride, because the launch was, like, super tiny. I think, like, last year, the line wrapped around the GameStop, and for, Modern Warfare 3, the same thing, and I guess they've just been getting smaller and smaller since Black Ops, really. Or Modern Warfare 2, even then. It's weird, because I feel like this game's growing in popularity and more people play it, but it's more and more new people. Like, all my friends kind of seem to have moved on to other games. But for some reason, I kind of, like, toward the end of it, like, the closer that we got to launch, I got really pumped about this. And I couldn't wait for this game to come out, because I miss doing videos like this. I miss watching videos like this. I kind of... Over the past year, I've gotten more into, like, uploading, like, playthroughs and trying to do that, and kind of just uploading. And I don't know, I go through a point where I think too much about it, and then I don't think too much about it, and I kind of just miss, like, having fun playing Call of Duty with my friends and making videos about this and kind of inviting other friends to talk about just random BS on my channel, and I kind of want to get back to that. First impressions, let's go ahead and knock this out. From the start, I kind of went in a little biased, so I liked the game. I really enjoyed it. I know a couple of friends of mine didn't even want to get it. And then the friends that I did play with, like Marcus, my buddy Marcus, he was really into it. But I had a couple other friends that just weren't feeling it. The maps are really funky. They're huge, which through research and watching other videos, I've discovered that it's this way because of next-gen consoles. They kind of, apparently, like, ported this down. And so the build for Ghost is all for next-gen stuff. And that, like, on, the Xbone and for PS4, everything's going to be, like, 9v9, kind of like Ground War. Which, with that, I wonder what is special about Ground War. I guess that it's that the game types now change. But I don't know. It seems like, from what I've heard, that every game type will now, on the next-gen, be 9v9, and so the maps when you're playing 6v6 seem ridiculously big at times. It's just like you're playing Array from Black Ops, and I say this with a grain of salt, because there are times where it's like the maps are huge and I'm looking for people, and you're going to see that a little bit in this game. And then there are moments where you have a million people up your ass and you can't do anything, and you're spawning and getting shot. I don't know. They definitely did that thing that they did in Modern Warfare 3, where it just seems like no matter where you turn, there's always someone behind you. There are a million ways for people to get to you and on these maps. I mean, you just don't feel safe anywhere, which I'm not a big fan of. I kind of miss, like, Black Ops 1, and I'm thinking of, like, maps like Havana and... take Havana, for example, like the street map. I don't know if you guys remember that map, but it was great because it was just that, there's a spawn point at one end of the road and a spawn point at the other end of the road. And there are multiple ways to get through the road, but it's pretty linear, and you have these, like, great choke points, you know what I mean? And, like, with those maps, I never felt there was a choke point where just you were unable to break out of unless the team was incredibly good. There was always a shot to get out of it, and I kind of miss that, being able to feel a sense of control. I don't know. I can't really say that I'll ever like the risk of getting backshot. And as much as I hear friends and other people bitch about it, I don't think it's a popular choice. So I don't know why this kind of playstyle is going this way, or it's like they're trying to force it on us, and it's probably because of, YouTube videos. It seems like the more that Infinity Ward and Treyarch listen to the community, the weirder and, just off the game gets, I don't know. It's, with some things, yeah, there were problems with past Call of Duties for sure, but, like, I guess, like, nostalgia and all that, it's kind of this mentality, like, if it isn't broken, you don't need to fix it. And so there's some things I kind of just wish they would have left alone. But, whatever. It's a new game. It's Call of Duty. I'm not really going to judge it too hard. I think it's interesting. It's, like, the first time that I've checked a review for Call of Duty, and it didn't get, like, a 9, like a mid-9 or a low 9. They were kind of honest this time. They were like, well, it's a great game. They give it an 8.8, which, like, what is that? It's an arbitrary number, but that, that's interesting to me. That it seems like with the low launch numbers, and that's something that's kind of sticking in my head. Is I noticed like the launch was dead. There was no one there. I got my game so fast. So I'm wondering. I don't want to ask you guys if you're watching this. Are you? Do you have this game right now? Did you go at midnight? Are you picking it up for your current console? Are you planning on getting a next-gen console? Because that's the thing coming. That's also coming, is all these people are going to be making transitions to newer consoles. I'm not even sure if I got the money to, like, transfer all my crap over to a new console. You know what I mean? Especially if I want to keep, like, capping gameplay, because I have this old PVR that uses component cables. So there's that, So I don't know. I plan on, like, updating my stuff to record so I can keep doing this, and then kind of shifting over to the new console, because I don't really need one right now. It seems just extra. This game, it's great on the Xbox 360, and I don't know. I tend to not shift unless I'm forced to, because $4.99 for a new console is redonkulous. I mean, I'm like, if I had the money, of course I'd pay it, but I don't have that kind of money to blow, at this point, because I got married this year. Did I ever get on my channel and officially say that? If not, like, those that know me, or have been around a while, I got married. My wife and I got married in June. It was awesome. She's been on the channel a couple times. We do playthroughs together. We did Gone Home and other stuff like that. You can kind of find it on the channel. But I've been, newlywed stuff is coming up. We're starting our lives together and all that. That's been it. I quit smoking cigarettes. I was a big smoker. It's how I dealt with a lot of stress. That's actually, like, the biggest change in my life, other than getting married, is the stopping of smoking of cigarettes. I stopped in August, so, I don't want to do the mental math right now because I'm pretty tired. I've been up playing too many video games and haven't gotten enough sleep. But I stopped in August, and I smoked about a pack a day since I started college, so about 10 years ago. And my wife kind of offered this incentive that all the money that I spent on cigarettes I could kind of use to just blow on whatever I wanted. And a friend was supposed to quit with me, and so I thought, why not? This seems great. I can kind of get this extra money, and I kept hearing that, after 10 years, that's when you really start to see the health effects, kind of kick in, and every time, I'm sure, like, it's well known smoking's not the cleanest, healthiest thing to do, and so, it definitely, it was the perfect time to quit. I've really struggled with adjusting to it, because I can't tell you how much of a mental addiction it is. Like, they talk about the physical addiction and the want of nicotine, and that goes pretty quickly. It's the habit that you build, and the reliance on using it to kill stress. There was this book that you're supposed to read, and by the time you finish reading the book, you're done with smoking forever. I got about halfway through. I never finished the book. I haven't smoked since I said I was quitting, so I guess the book essentially worked. But it was. He has all these kind of guru tips that I remember just while I was reading, thinking were a total crock of shit, but. He was right about some things. And that's the way it always goes with advice, But it's just been a struggle, and no matter what, idiom or advice or wise saying I find, it just, all I can say is it's come and gone in waves. It's like 1 minute I am totally fine and I don't miss smoking at all, and the next minute, and this is typically when I'm around a person smoking or a group of smokers, I am freaking out and really, really wanting one, especially if I tend to get, I don't know, for a good 3 weeks to a month, it made me edgier, I was just crankier, and I hate that. I kind of take that real seriously. I'm that kind of personality where if I get into a weird conflict type situation with somebody, I hold on to it and I overanalyze it, and so it's been a weird kind of transition here, and I honestly, that's kind of stuff that I miss sharing on this channel, because I just it felt really good to sit down last night and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna play some Call of Duty, and the only thing I had to worry about was unlocking guns and whatever. Which I forgot to mention. Okay, so the gun I'm using is a Honey Badger. It comes equipped with a suppressor. This is actually, if you've made it this far into the video, Boss. I hooked it up with Red Dot, and I think I got a grip on it now. And so far, this is the main gun I'm rocking. It's pretty awesome. And the perks were kind of a default loadout. I remember Off the Grid, which is like the kind of ghost equivalent, keeps you away from the satcoms. Dead Silence, which now I'm using. I switched that out for Alertness, and Takedown, and something else. Sit Rep. Those are the perks I'm using. And it was kind of like already default equipped, but that's kind of what I would normally pick anyway. I haven't really experimented with like taking away a pistol and, you know, using more than 4 perks or anything like that. I haven't really fooled around with it. I've just kind of tried to keep a pretty standard loadout and just get used to the guns and all that. Because I mean, you can see a couple times in this video, like right now, you know, I'm using the pistol, like it's come in handy for me, you know. So I don't really want to tweak with it. I'd like to kind of check out some more stuff and see how that goes. But I've rambled on too long. That, guys, is the video. I think my final score was 40-6, thanks to a pretty beast care package and a pretty crappy team. But I was pretty pumped on the score because, hey, you don't get that every day. I'll try to get some awesome gameplays for you and just fool around with some of the guns and really have fun with this game this year. Thinking about doing an RTC? I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. Until then,